Hello everybody and welcome back. I say welcome back as if I have many videos or much of a following, but I know I don't. My goal for 2022 was to be making more video content, and unfortunately I've kind of strayed away from that. Life has been crazy, but I also know myself. I know that I struggle with opening up and being vulnerable. I struggle a lot with consistency. So I do believe that making more YouTube videos and just content that I'm speaking about my life will help me in all of those areas. So I hope to be bringing them back. I want to take you through my life. My life has been such a roller coaster lately. So I want to give you a little glimpse of what's been going on just the last 6 months. Hopefully some of you can relate. Hopefully some of you don't feel like your life is as crazy as mine. And I will also be going through some tips that's helped me tremendously that I think if you were to apply them would help you a lot with any situations that you might be going through. So let's get started. Let's start in January. January was a fun month. It was New Year's, so my boyfriend's mom came down to spend New Year's with us, and I was so excited because his mom and my mom were able to meet for the first time. And thank God they got along great. They are very similar. If you know me, I'm a big family person, so that meant a lot to me. In the month of January, I also left my job. I work in real estate and I went to go work somewhere else, and I quickly came to realize that the grass is not always greener on the other side. So I came back to the job that I was at before, but I came back with a whole new mindset of just gratitude where I was, appreciation for who I was working with, and I was able to be more confident in myself, in the value that I offer, and I learned to set boundaries around myself and my workload for my peace. My boyfriend Jimmy, he also owns his own athletic apparel company called Aleph Fitness. And in January, he launched his biggest launch ever. So we do absolutely everything here in-house, everything you can think of. And we have been learning to create a lot more structure and systems on the back end to help. So that has been flourishing, thank God, and everything's been going great. February, my boyfriend and I, we turned 2 years, which was very fun. We have been celibate for since August. So I'll probably do a whole video on that to go in deeper on that, but we are better than ever. We are so happy together and things are going great. In February, I also flew to Guatemala, which is where I'm from. That's where my family's from. And my grandma's there, and I came to find out that my grandma is not doing well. Her health was diminishing so quickly. My grandma means everything to me. I almost grew up with her. My mom and I, we flew to Guatemala to go visit her, to find her basically dead on the floor. She wasn't breathing when we found her, and she hadn't eaten in 3 days. So that was very, very hard for my mom and I to see her. We rushed her to the hospital to see what we could do to take care of her. And unfortunately, Guatemala is a third world country, so they don't have the resources, medicine, or even education that we have here. So we were there for just 10 days. And since the moment we flew in and saw her, she was in the hospital for every moment that we were there until hours before we left. And this was so godly planned because it was the night before our flight that the doctors released her. We were able to bring her back, and from the moment we got back, it was very emotionally hard. It was very, very tough, especially for my mom because she was living with my mom, and the doctors were able to figure out what was wrong with her, diagnose her, and everything went well. But she got so good to the point that she wanted to go back to Guatemala, and I'll touch base on that a little bit more. When I came back, I needed someone to pour into me. I feel like I just kept pouring into others. So I joined some small groups. I was part of some small groups in my church. And I just needed to be surrounded by just godly women to empower me and remind me how good God is, because if not, it's so quick to get lost in the darkness of this world and to forget of all of our blessings when there's so much going on. In the month of March, my boyfriend and I, we were able to close on our first home together. which was super exciting. I had been looking for a very long time for which home would be our first home together, and this home was heavenly sent. It was such a blessing to now be able to start building our future together and build a home together. But since March, all of our focus has been on this house. All of our money and our finances, our time, our effort, everything has been put into this house, but it is starting to pay off. We're starting to reap the rewards of it, see it all come together. The month of April seemed like a relaxing month. Nothing crazy happened, but I was focusing on my health, my relationships, my family, the brand de Lev, our house, everything. And within a house, we thought it was move-in ready, but it actually was not. You think a house is, but it comes with a new roof. We had to get a water softener, electrical problems, moving in, painting. We were paying rent and a mortgage. So it was just a lot going on that it seemed like not much since so many big problems were going on. But also my stepdad, he was in the hospital because he's had cancer for about 5 years. So he was in the hospital for about 2 months getting surgeries, and he's been in and out of the hospital for maybe 2 to 3 years. So that was also just weighing everything on top of each other. Seemed like I could never see the light at the end of the tunnel. In the month of May, my 2 younger brothers, they moved out from home, so they got their own apartment, and by the time we were done moving me into my house, now we were helping them move into their apartment. On that same month, my stepdad, that had been in and out of surgeries for a little bit now, he had suddenly passed on the surgery bed, and it was very shocking and sudden for our family. It was very crushing to all of us, and my mom, she felt like she lost her identity. She felt very lost and confused and alone because now everybody had moved out. She felt like everything got torn away. This is when we needed our family the most. This is when we needed to be the strongest and be there for each other and remember that each moment counts. Spending time with each other matters. Unfortunately, during this same time, my grandma, like I mentioned, she had been getting healthier and healthier to the point where she wanted to go back to Guatemala where she was before. She just wanted to be home instead of being with her family. So it was very crushing for my mom and for me. And against her will, she wanted to go back. So we sent her back to Guatemala. She's in good care. But it's just been one thing after the next, and never ending, where we just wanted to relax. In the month of June, which is where we are at now, we have celebrated my mom's birthday. We are now in the process of helping her sell her house. Thank God we were able to find her a small little home right next to where I live. So now we're gonna be neighbors. This home is just perfect for her, and instead of her feeling so far away or separated, she now gets to be close to me and to my brothers. It's just been quite a struggle being able to sell her current home, so we're going through that. It is also my boyfriend's birthday month, so we're celebrating his birthday this month. And lastly, I am also currently doing 75 hard, as if I don't have enough on my plate. It is a mental toughness challenge, and I felt like I really needed this right now because I feel like I hit a plateau in my fitness journey. I've almost lost motivation. I've lost focus on what I want, my goals. And through this mental challenge, I think this is exactly what I need to kind of clear my mind and focus on me and bettering myself instead of just focusing on all the negativity that's going on, everything, all the craziness that's happening. So to prioritize myself, my well-being, my mentality, my physical health, and it's quite a challenge. It's been pretty hard, but I know that it's going to be worth it at the end. And yeah, I feel like every single month in the last 6 months, it's always been something big. I haven't been able to just relax, enjoy my house, enjoy my relationship, enjoy my mom, being with my family. Summertime, being able to enjoy summer, it's always something. But I pray and I hope that through my journey, someone is able to learn from this. Every single month, I feel like I can't catch a break. There is always one extreme going on. But I know that God is developing me and preparing me for my next blessing. A lot of times we pray to receive these blessings that we might be asking for, and we feel like we aren't receiving them. And it's not that God doesn't want to give them to us. It's that we aren't always ready to receive the blessings that we want. And that has been a huge lesson for me lately. I know that everything that we're going through, it's to develop us to be stronger, to be more spiritually mature, to be ready, to develop us as leaders and people for what's to come next, because we really don't know. And honestly, right now with where I'm at in life, I'm in a lot of peace. I'm very happy with where I am right now. My relationship with Jimmy is better than ever. My family and I are closer and make it a priority to spend time together now. I know that my stepdad is no longer having to go through surgeries or in pain. He's able to rest and look down on us now. I know that my grandma is also in the country that she wants to be in, rest peacefully there, so I'm happy for her. I've learned a lot to let go of control, that I can't try to make everything happen to what I want. I have to trust, just be able to just let go, and this has been a huge lesson for me. We must not get lost in the obstacles that the devil will throw at us. I could have lost my faith in any one of those situations, but instead I leaned closer and my faith matured because of it. The three things that's helped me a lot through this journey is: one, always find someone or something to pour out into. Whether that's a friend or a hobby that you might enjoy, whether it's painting or exercising, listening to music, journaling, worship, anything it might be, just remember to not keep everything bottled in. And I struggle with this a lot. I like to just not pour out my burdens into others. So by finding something that's my outplug, I'm able to just release all that stress instead of keeping it bottled in, and it's helped a lot. Number two, we must always find something that fills our cup and pour into ourselves. In this dark world, there is just so much negativity we are constantly consuming. So if we forget to bring in some positivity and fill our cup up, eventually we're just going to be foggy-minded, consumed and overpowered by all the darkness that's in this world, that we almost forget the joy and the happiness. So for me personally, I love spending time with my family. I enjoy cooking. I've been learning to love to garden. I like to read, or if not, go for a run. So it's those little things that we have to remember to do every single day, and just find little things that bring us joy. If not, like, we take life too seriously. And third, the most important, is to always remain grounded in Christ, for He is always welcoming us with open arms. He knows what we're going through, for He is our refuge. And the devil will use life to keep us astray. And if we're not grounded on the rock, our foundation will crumble. I have tried to do it alone, and I would hide in shame or guilt, thinking, He doesn't know what I'm going through. He doesn't, how could He help me with where I'm at right now? And I came to quickly realize that I can't do it alone. We are not made to do life alone. So I have joined small groups. I absolutely love to worship throughout my day. I pray throughout my day, not just once a day. And the book that I'm reading in my 75 Hard Challenge is the Bible. Every single night, just reading His Word. His Word is alive, and He will speak to you through it. So if you feel like life has been a roller coaster of just highs and lows and loop-de-loops moving a million miles an hour, you feel like you're right back where you started, or maybe you feel complacent and you're just okay with where life has been, or life has been good, but you know that you deserve more, or you could be happier, or you want more out of life, just know that you're not alone. Life is hard. I challenge you to try these three things and see where life will take you. One, find something to pour out into. We're not made to keep everything in. for ourselves. We're not made to do life alone. 2, find something, now that you've poured everything out, find something to fill your cup in that brings you joy and happiness. And 3, make sure to always stay grounded in God and find Him as your refuge. And by doing these 3 things, I promise you, your life will change. They've helped me a lot, and I think that they will provide some sort of value to your life as well. So I just went through a lot that's happened to me in my life within just the last 6 months. Let me know if you want to hear anything a little bit deeper that I've gone into, if you want me to talk about a specific topic more. I promise I want to be more consistent. I promise I want to be more vulnerable with you guys. I will be back, and I will see you soon.